I was 3 feet away when my marriage died. White shirt, black apron, a borrowed name tag that said Imran, my hands steady, my pulse not. She walked in first. My wife, confident, careful, dressed in the blue silk dress she once wore on our anniversary, the one she said she'd save for special evenings. I already knew this evening was special. I just didn't know for whom. Then he stood up to greet her. My brother. He pulled her chair out like a gentleman. Like family. Like betrayal wrapped in familiarity. I kept my head down and poured water for the next table. Close enough to hear. Far enough to be invisible. Does he suspect anything? My brother asked. She smiled. That smile. The one that used to calm my storms. He's too trusting, she said softly. He wouldn't dare question you. The words didn't hurt. They clarified. For years I believed loyalty was inherited, blood-bound, sacred. My brother and I built our first business together. We shared everything growing up, clothes, secrets, dreams. When I married her, I told him she's family now. Family. I replayed the early years in my head as I wiped down an already clean table. Sunday dinners, vacations, the way she would lean into me while my brother laughed at my jokes. I missed the glances, the subtle pauses, the synchronized silences. But 3 weeks ago, something shifted. She started guarding her phone, taking walks, whispering at night, and then there was the receipt. From this restaurant. 2 dinners, 2 glasses of wine. On a night she said she was with her sister. I didn't confront her. I followed her. Twice. The second time, I saw them from across the street. Through this very window. Too close. Too familiar. That's when grief turned into calculation. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I planned. First, I moved quietly. I transferred my personal assets into a separate trust under my name only. Our shared accounts, frozen under the pretense of a tax review. I had my lawyer draft, papers, divorce, fraud, breach of fiduciary duty in our joint business. Yes, business.
Because my brother hadn't just taken my wife.
He'd been siphoning money for months. I hired a forensic accountant, dug through numbers, shell companies, fake vendor payments. Every lie leaves fingerprints. And I collected them all. Back in the restaurant, my brother leaned closer. Once the merger is complete, he'll be out, he said. We'll control everything. She reached for his hand. I'm tired of pretending, she whispered. Pretending. I almost laughed. I stepped toward their table with a neutral expression. Would you like to order? I asked, voice lowered. She didn't recognize me. That stung more than anything. My brother barely looked up. Give us a few minutes. Of course. You always needed a few more minutes. I stepped away and sent the scheduled email. To the board. To our investors. To our parents. Attachments included financial records, transaction trails, audio clips from previous meetings, including one where my brother discussed redirecting funds. And yes, I had audio from tonight too. Tiny recorder in my apron pocket. Let them speak. Let them bury themselves. 5 minutes later, my phone buzzed. Then his did. He frowned. Checked the screen. Color drained from his face. What the hell? He muttered. My wife's phone followed. Her fingers trembled as she scrolled. I watched from across the room as realization spread between them like poison. I walked back. This time I removed the apron. Set it on their table. My brother looked up first. Confusion. Then horror. My wife's lips parted, but no sound came out. Enjoying dinner? I asked calmly. Silence. The restaurant noise faded. Or maybe my mind just focused. I thought I'd confirm something today, I continued. Turns out I confirmed everything. My brother stood abruptly. Listen. No, I cut in, soft, controlled. You've both done enough talking. I slid a copy of the divorce papers toward her, and a printed summary of financial evidence toward him. The board received everything 10 minutes ago, I said. By now, your access to company accounts is revoked. He went pale. You set me up? I smiled faintly. No, you set yourself up. I just documented it. My wife finally found her voice. We were going to tell you. When? I asked. After you drained the accounts? Or after you replaced me? Tears welled in her eyes. They didn't move me. I loved you, I said quietly. Both of you. That was the only emotion I allowed. My brother reached for my arm. I stepped back. Don't, I warned. Around us, whispers spread. People staring. Phones out. Power shifts are visible things. He felt small. She looked exposed. I felt clear. I'll be filing charges, I added. Fraud, embezzlement. The evidence is airtight. You destroy your own brother, he asked. You destroyed that title yourself. I turned to my wife. You chose him. Now you can face the consequences with him. No shouting. No scene. Just truth laid bare under warm restaurant lights. I walked out before security escorted them to answer. Calls from investors demanding explanations. Outside, the night air felt different. Lighter. Betrayal is a blade. It cuts deep. But when you stop bleeding and start thinking, it becomes a weapon. I didn't lose my wife today. I didn't lose my brother. I lost illusions. And illusions are expensive. As for them, they lost everything else.